Do you have a small workshop and are looking for a reliable and cost-effective dust collection system? Well, stick around and I'll show you what I use in my small home basement workshop. Hey, Nick from Old Fashioned Nights again. So I mentioned that I work in a small basement shop, which means that I don't have the luxury of easily getting airflow in and out of my shop. I can't easily open a door or window, and because of this, dust and debris tend to hang around a lot even after I'm done cutting. Now, because I value my lungs, I try to get any sort of dust and debris cleaned up right at its source. Anytime I cut wood in my shop, I have my dust collection system ready to go. All my dust collection system consists of is a dust separator with a shop vac. So for my dust collection system, I purchased myself a small Dewalt DXV06P shop vac. I went with this shop vac because due to my shop size and being in the basement of my home, I wanted something relatively compact and quiet. This guy does a great job and is fairly quiet for a shop vac. Now, if you just want a very basic dust collection system, shop vac's really all you need. The one downside of just a shop vac is that you'll have to be changing or cleaning out the filter regularly as debris begins to cake into it. You'll notice that happening when you find your vacuum starts to struggle to pick up small things due to the restricted airflow of your filter with the debris caked into it. To protect your filter, you can add a dust separator to a 5-gallon bucket, which I've done with my system. How the dust separator works is that it's connected to the shop vac on the top connector or the outlet. The inlet is where your hose is connected to. The vac pulls debris in, which spins and drops it into the bucket. Once the bucket's full, you pull off the top and discard. Now the dust separator, it does a great job of filtering out large debris, but there's still the issue of fine particles that can get past it. One issue I was concerned about were these fine particles even getting past my shop vac's filters and being ejected back into my basement out the shop vac's exhaust port. To solve that, I added a high efficiency filter to my shop vac's inlet port. This filter is meant to catch these particles and add another layer of protection. So one thing I was unsure of was what would all these filtering do to the suction power of my shop vac. I don't have an airflow meter to compare numbers to, but I can tell you that the suction's been reduced, but it's still strong enough to pick up debris with no issues. So to hold all this stuff, I built myself a mobile cart out of spare wood I had lying around. I can easily remove my shop vac if I need to take it outside or bring it somewhere else. The 5-gallon bucket's held in place with an opening I cut into some plywood. I also added openings for my attachments so they're all held in place and stay with my shop vac system. The whole thing is on 4 casters so I can easily move it around my basement shop. Now you may be wondering, what's this opening on the bottom of my car? Is it some fancy way to take debris and filter it out? Well, I can tell you now that's probably what it is, but when I built it, I didn't have a long enough 2x4, so I just said, good enough. So right now, I have a primary large filter, the dust separator, a secondary fine particle filter, the filter bag in my shop vac, and the tertiary filter, the shop vac's filter itself, to catch any debris in my workshop. So in addition to all this, I always wear an over-the-face dust mask when cutting wood in my shop. So I mentioned I value my lungs, and the system I have does a great job of getting stuff, but when you're working, you still have debris that floats around that doesn't get caught by your system. You never hear of people ever regretting wearing PPE when they're older, so why risk any health issues down the road? One last thing. Every so often, I run an air purifier in my shop to help clean the air. I have a small allergy to pine, so working on projects, my sinuses start to act up, my eyes get dry and itchy, which is great. I love having a hobby that actively hurts me physically and financially. I say financially because it forces me to make stuff out of better, more expensive hardwoods. So that's my dust collection system in my small home basement workshop. Do you have a system in your workshop that works for you? Let me know in the comments. Now I'm going to go cut some pine wood and kill my sinuses. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.